You spend so much time learning a language only to forget it later completely. Learning takes so much effort, but forgetting is effortless. Luckily, there are methods to prevent this. And also, I've got a homework for you right towards the end of the video, which is going to solve the purpose of this video. So, once you're done watching the entire video, go to the homework sheet, submit your homework, and come back to the comment section of this video and tell me that you did it. And remember, this video is not just about learning a language, it's about learning a language fast. So we need fast-paced plan and efforts aligning equally. So I've got 5 points for you. Each and every point is extremely relevant. We'll start with the first one on the list, which is immersing yourself in the language that you want to learn. This is by far the most talked about method of learning any language and learning it fast. Brain decides which information to retain and which to forget. So what you have to do is you have to repeat everything over and over again so that your brain is able to retain most of that information, which implies enveloping yourself in linguistic and cultural nuances of the target language, which in this case is English language. For most of my audiences, one thing is common, that English language is not their mother tongue. It is a foreign language that you're trying to learn. And foreign languages exposure does not come naturally. You have to voluntarily expose yourself to the language. Okay, so a lot of voluntary exposure is required in this case. And remember, languages are for humans. So you're not trying to do something that surpasses the capability of humanity. It is something that is very much within the boundaries of your learning capabilities. So just trust the process and start with this first step of immersing yourself in the language as much as you can. What can you do to make this happen? So there are a few things that you can for sure do. The steps are very simple. First thing and the most important and the easiest thing is access to internet. Start consuming more and more English content on YouTube, content that is educational in nature. This is something that I've always told you. If you are watching content on YouTube, the purpose is to learn a language. The purpose is to learn English. The videos have to be in English. Also, the videos, if possible, should be educational. Because if you're watching rubbish, what happens is that you're consuming the rubbish and not the language. So we should be conscious of what kind of content you are choosing to watch. You should watch something that does not distract you from the main purpose of trying to learn a language. There are several TV shows that you can watch. TV shows are very interesting, and the best part about learning a language from watching TV shows is that you get to learn the nuances of the language. You get to see how natives are speaking that language. So you get more familiar with the language, okay? Apart from that, you should listen to good songs of English. But of course, choose songs that can be understandable and are not just raps, because raps are very difficult to understand for beginners. So just avoid raps. Pick up simple songs. Pick up some simple romantic song. Like I have one of my most favorite ones is Let Her Go by Passenger. Go and listen to that song. It's beautiful, beautiful song. Let Her Go. Then there is one Somebody That I Used to Know. It's again one of my most favorite songs. So once you're done watching an episode on YouTube, some TV show, or maybe listening to a podcast, give yourself some notes. Okay, summarize what you heard so that the next time you're aware what you're listening to. Of course, you're going to enjoy watching the video, but remember why you're watching that video, why you're listening to that podcast. So just maybe write down some words that you've heard for the first time, okay? Take some notes, some new way of speaking, some new phrase that you've heard, some new term that you've explored in that video or in that podcast. Just write those down for yourself. Have a journal. Learning a language is about inputting and outputting, not just inputting. Okay, so that brings me to my next point. As much as you need input of information, you need output too. By output, I mean you need to create, specifically do something that adds to production on your part, where you create something. When you're listening to content, when you're watching content, you're just taking input. But when you speak, that's when you actually create output. That's when you practice speaking, okay? You practice speaking and you improve your language on a daily basis. So the quickest way to learn a language is to incorporate daily speaking practice in your schedule daily for at least 10 minutes. That's what I propose. If you can do it for a minimum of 10 minutes every day, there cannot be anything better than that. You're going to learn even more than the input part. Output will, I'm telling you, the importance of output in this case is more than input. But of course, if you don't take input, what will you create? In order to create, you need raw material. And that is what you're drawing from watching all these videos and content online. We human beings have a knack for complaining. We tend to blame everything, all our weaknesses, on some external factors. Oh, I don't have time to learn. Oh, my family does not support, blah, blah, blah. But all it needs is a simple shift from old habits to new ones. How about instead of complaining, you start putting in more efforts? Instead of procrastinating, you try and find out new ways of doing the same things so that you enjoy the process more. You put in extra efforts because it is good for your life. Next point on the list is about using flashcards. Flashcards, I can tell you a very good website. It's by the name Anki Flashcards. What are flashcards? Flashcards are cue cards that you make for yourself. Cue cards of maybe the mistakes that you tend to make very often in English. One mistake each on every flashcard. Have your flashcards ready, okay? Find out, maybe make a list of 10 words. 10 good vocabulary words, replacement of the old boring mundane words with the new ones, good substitutes. Make flashcards of those. People all around the world are using flashcards more and more for enhanced learning experience. So I urge you to try it for yourself too. Next point on the list is start reading. I know most of you do not enjoy reading, but if you really want to improve your vocabulary, there is no better way to do it than to start learning from reading exercise. And by reading, I do not mean that you open the dictionary and try and mug up new words. It doesn't work that way, okay? Don't look for hard words. What mistake most people make is that they open a book and while they're reading, their entire focus is on the hard words that are used in the text, because they want to learn and memorize those words. What it does to their learning experience is that the fun is gone. Their focus is, their brain is under a lot of pressure to learn more rather than enjoying the book. Gradually, you will leave the habit of reading, or you will leave it before developing a habit for it, right? So make sure that you enjoy reading. Stop focusing too much on the hard words. Let it come naturally to you. Whatever I have learned from reading, I can tell you that my focus is never on the hard words. It happens so that when you see the same word over and over again in several pages, you start to get the context of the word. You start absorbing more than what you're reading. You're not just reading it plain. What you're doing is you're absorbing the context of the usage of the word. You get to understand, why is this word used here? What is the context? How to use it in different scenarios. That is how reading helps you. It improves your vocabulary in a very natural way. So if you are still not used to of making reading a habit, what you can do is, I have a great trick for you. It has worked for several people. It is going to work for you as well. Just simply read one page a day, okay? Just one page in a day. Make that a target. It could be a small book, it could be a big book, it could be a magazine, it could be an online article, anywhere. Just make sure that you read just one page. And most of the times what will happen is that you'll not be able to put down your book after a page, because you develop interest. Gradually, you'll develop a knack for it, you will develop a habit, and the pain will go away. It will become much easier for you. And that leaves us with the last point on the list, but a very important one, which is start writing excessively in the language that you're targeting. It can help you reactivate long dormant memories and neural pathways. Self-directed writing is the ultimate personalized language class. When you get to write about your perfect future wedding without using the words perfect or wedding, that is when you say that, yeah, you're being able to write well. And you will be able to. It's not a very big deal. When you sit down to write, what you're doing is, again, you're creating. Okay, you're creating content and not just inputting, you're outputting too. Right? Outputting. It's not really a word, we've created it, but it does make sense, right? So yes, when you write, long dormant words that you've forgotten in the past will surface. You'll be shocked how your brain is working. Because when you're speaking, you don't get chance to think. But when you're writing slow and you're thinking fast. So better, good words are gonna come up. So when you're writing, you take the raw information, you put it into your own words, you design your language, you stylize it. And that's how you learn. And making a few mistakes also helps you. So that is all in this video. Now I've got a homework for you. I told you in the beginning of the video that I have a homework for you. There's a link in the description of this video. Go and check that link out and you will find your homework there. Make sure you submit your homework. Make sure you attempt it and come back to the comment section and let me know that you did it. Okay? I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.